You are, your presence, existence, far away. You are, your voices, your colors. In the air I wait for a voice to hum with. No one can understand. I was a loser, so blind with desires. I don't know what I wanna do. I don't know how I gonna do. Losing faith, losing mind, lost the path. So easy to feel, so easy to see. Break broken, it's just a day